everybody. It is an exciting day for us here at Deranged. We're excited to bring you a project that we've been working on for a while now. What, 6 months? Something like that?
Forever.
Yeah.
I mean, freaking forever.
We finally pulled it together, so we're excited to bring it to you. Come along while we go through the Pro Xp4 that we've been working on for the past 6 months. All right, before we go into it piece by piece, I want to just briefly cover why we went with the Pro Xp4. So we wanted to do a build where we could build an all-around machine. There were a lot of Turbo S's out there. We were kind of waiting to see what Polaris had coming out next, but the wait was just too stinking long. This is, again, 6 months ago. So we decided to pull the trigger on a Pro Xp4 with the plans of making it long travel and kind of going all out with it. So that being said, with long travel, let's start there on it and talk about why we went with HCR and kind of show you a little bit about the kit.
So we decided to go with the HCR kit on this. We wanted long travel, and there's a lot of other options out there to go with, but HCR by far is our #1 pick. When we discussed about going long travel, as we talked, we all just decided on HCR like that. It wasn't really a question.
There wasn't much of a discussion.
No.
And one of the key reasons, or one of the things we tried to do with this build in general, is stick with companies that were local to us. So if
that was the key.
And yeah, if it was based in Utah, which is southern Utah, whatever that area, or based in Arizona where I'm at, we wanted to try to stick with that kind of companies, and HCR is just up the road in Cedar City, Utah. So,
and if not local, then made in the USA.
Yeah.
As much as we could.
Yep. Absolutely.
Exactly. So with the HCR, we actually used Justin at UTV Pros to get the HCR kit, and it turned out awesome. So if you zoom in real quick, we also want to mention, as we're looking at the arms here, is the powder coating job done by C&J Powder Coating. They used a wipe technique, so we went with the gray and the red wiped off with all the logos. We also did the red in the back, which I can show you back here. All right, so here we've got the HCR in the back as well. Trailing arms, we went with all red with the gray wipe off. The reason we did that, we just wanted to match the wrap, and we felt that it turned out awesome. But in the back, we actually didn't decide to powder coat these at all. We decided to stay with the natural billet. And as we went back and forth on it, as you know, we've got a few pieces of billet on the car, and I just feel like it ties in the whole entire car by just leaving these billets. But we did go with the gray plate. So as you can see, overall, with our offset of the tires and the rims, I mean, we're looking at a 5.2 offset. We're at about 75 inches wide at this time. So definitely a wide girl when it comes to getting her on trailers. Yeah, compared to before.
You may have a situation where it fits on Garrett's trailer but doesn't fit on mine. We'll see. I'm still taking it though.
So a trailer might be going back down to Arizona.
Yeah.
So as you notice, we have different color springs. That's because we have all new springs and revalving in the shocks. And that was all done by STR Tuning. They did an awesome job with all of that. And I would say that as we been testing it, the ride quality is like a 10 out of a 10 right now. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It's butter. Mint. I've never ridden in a better riding machine, that's for sure. So I mean, when you're hitting it hard and it's in stiff mode, you can rip. And then when you're putting along 20 miles an hour, 15 or whatever, just like butter smooth. It's nice. Butter smooth.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys are local in St. George or even up in Utah in general, come down and hit up Todd at STR Tuning. He did an awesome job putting this together. He actually helped us and install all the HCR stuff as well when it was over there.
Garrett was tired of working on the
dude, I was done.
Garrett did most of the work in the shop at his house. So
I wanted to do the HCR myself, but honestly, I was done. So yeah. Todd made us a good deal, and we got it worked out. So anyways, he did the install. He also went ahead and added limit straps for us, which we didn't ask for, and that turned out great because he knew what it needed. And so we got Sandcraft limit straps on it as well. And I can't tell you enough what the suspension does right now with the HCR and the revalving and the new springs, everything working together. It's pretty amazing right now.
Yeah, so if you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it.
Just
do it.
It's the best money you can spend, honestly.
Give us a call or reach out to us on the website anyway. You'll and we'll talk about price and all that kind of stuff for you. But look for it on our website. If you're thinking about the HCR long travel kit, nothing better that you can do. Yeah, it's ridiculous. That with the shock work that was done with it from STR, money.
Yeah, we can definitely get you set up with HCR. So hit us up.
We let Joe kind of take over the car today, since he's been really away from it the whole entire time, and this was his first time to actually get railing on it a little bit, and he was quite impressed, like Dave and I was a couple weeks ago when we were out testing. So,
couldn't have been more impressed. So
no, pretty cool.
Why don't we have Dave run us through the wrap, what the wrap looks like, why we went through the theme, and or went with the theme that we did and all that.
So the wrap was a interesting progression of things. We had Corbin Wells over at Union Graphics do the wrap for us, and as you can see, we live in Sand Hollow, southern Utah, and we really kind of wanted to pay homage to the entire area out here. It's kind of turning into, unfortunately, the off-road mecca out here.
Yep.
But if you come in and look, maybe we should show some B-roll or something. We got a topographical map on here of the whole area, and you can see different points on the trails, like Top of the World, Flintstone House, Double Sammy, probably the Maze is on here somewhere, but basically all of the main trails are on here. So yeah, the wrap, it's really to pay homage to Sand Hollow. It really turned out awesome. Union Graphics here in Hurricane, Utah did an awesome job on it. This is actually the second version. The first version we did, it had a fade from this gray into the red, but we couldn't get the color just the way we wanted it. And we've learned some things on doing this build, because we've never done a build before. Do your powder coating first and then match your wrap to that. So that's a lesson learned on us, and we had a little learning experience with that, but we're super happy with how the wrap turned out. And I don't know, I think it's awesome. Everybody that sees it, they don't notice it until they get up here. They're, oh yeah, that's cool. Like, I don't know, we're really pumped on the topographical map on this thing.
Yeah, the cool thing about the topo on it is the actual topo from Sand Hollow, and where you see the trails on the map marked out on here on the topo is where they're actually out on the topo out here at Sand Hollow. So we put them in the places they're supposed to go, so it's pretty cool to look at and see where they're at and everything else. So
yeah, we carried it up through our roof with our logo. We carried it up through everything that we possibly could.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't know if we can get inside to look at it, but maybe we got some B-roll of that. But we actually had the underneath the roof wrapped as well. It's an awesome American flag on there, kind of a little bit of patriotism there.
yeah, we're all about America, USA. Period.
Overall,
real pumped on how the wrap turned out.
Yeah. So with the wrap, we obviously had to tie in the cage to the wrap. So we went with a three-tone cage. It's a Vent Racing cage that we actually got a great deal from a buddy here in the industry on. It's a great cage. It's a low-profile cage, but we tied the powder coating into the wrap, and it turned out awesome as well. It's J&T, right?
C&J
powder coating. Sorry, my bad. C&J powder coating did an awesome job on the powder coating. Tied it right in, lines match up, all that kind of stuff. The colors are great. They just did a fantastic job for us. So we're really happy with the job that they did for us on the powder coating. And again, that low profile cage, we just loved the look of it. It wasn't necessarily we were reaching out or searching for specifically a low profile, but when we saw the options that were out there, it worked for us. So that's why we went with it. Okay, so I want to talk about the wheels and tires real quick and why we went with what we did. So we started, if you guys saw this, kind of the early videos with the Pro XP, we started with a different set of wheels and a different set of tires altogether. We had 32s originally, didn't quite have the ground clearance we wanted. We wanted to be able to use this as a rock crawler and an all-arounder machine, so to get that extra ground clearance, we went up to 35s. So these are STI Chicane RSs. So far, they've been a great tire. We're kind of early in the process so far, but they're big 35s and whatnot. They've done well so far. We went with fuel wheels. These are fuel something or other beadlocks, but we went with this design, which is a little less bright and a little less shiny than the last ones that we had. We like them, they look good. It's really hard when you're working on a Pro XP. If you want to stick in a 5.2 offset, there's not a ton of options out there in a 5.2 offset. You'll have a ton of options for 4.3 and maybe some in 6.1, not a ton of options in 5.2. So we were limited on what ones we could choose. We chose ones that we like though, and we liked them when we chose them. We love them when they're on the rig. So fuel beadlock wheels, STI Chicane, 35-inch tires. As far as where we got the wheels and tires, we ended up getting them from a local company here as well, a local off-road outlet called Goose Off-Road. They took care of us there, ordered them up for us, got them put together for us, and yeah, they turned out awesome.
All right, so next thing up is our light choice. So we decided to go with the Heretic lights. We went with the 10-inch, I believe this was light bar, and then the small pods up here. And we decided to go amber on this time. I know we've run on all of our machines just the clear white light, but we wanted to go with the amber look, and so far they turned out awesome. We haven't had a chance to really use them a whole lot, but we look forward to that. Also on the front, we have the Dirt Warriors windshield. As you guys know, we have been running the Dirt Warrior windshields for quite some time. I've got them on my KRX, we've got them on the Talon, and then they built this one for us for the vent cage, and it turned out awesome. So they are a local company as well that we have been working with for, what, about almost 2 full years? So
probably more.
Yeah, they do great. I work with Shane and Carrie over there on a lot of tons of different windshields, and they take care of us, you know, in and out with all that kind of stuff. So locally made, right here in the USA. They do everything right in their shop. And then C&J Powder Coating does all their powder coating for their windshields as well. So it's pretty cool. And he's like literally, I don't know, 5 buildings down the street or in the same parking lot almost. So anyways, if you guys haven't, they got nice vents on them, all that kind of stuff, so you get some good ventilation in the summertime, and they're an awesome windshield. So we appreciate Dirt Warriors for making this for the vent cage.
All right, the next is a couple Arizona companies that we started with. First is TMW. So we went with the TMW bumper. I think it's called the Dominator Bumper for the RZR ProXP. Looks awesome, great option out there. They're made right there in Mesa, Arizona. And it turned out awesome. We had it powder coated again by C&J. They did these inserts and whatnot as well. They look awesome. We didn't order this directly from TMW. We ended up getting it from Revolution Off-Road here in Hurricane, Utah as well. So tried to use kind of both local there. So the next thing is the mirrors. We went with Chupacabra mirrors. What we liked about these mirrors, couple things. Number one, we're able to mount some pods on the bottom of them. We wanted to get pods up here, up high, to kind of light in that direction. We didn't want to go with a light bar up on top as of yet. So we went with these because you're able to mount the pod on them. They turned out awesome. We left them billet instead of getting them powder coated or changing the color of them. And the billet touch on them looks great. Great quality mirror. They look awesome. Chupacabra does a nice job. So they're also convex or whatever it is when they bubble out. So you get a good view behind you. And then as far as the inside mirror, we did go with the Chupacabra inside mirror as well. Nice wide mirror for rear view, so it gives you a good view back there. And again, we left that with billet. Wanted to leave a few just regular shiny billet stuff or things on there to just give it a nice little pop. So
to be honest, we grew up in the 90s.
Yeah, we grew up in the 90s when chrome wheels were cool.
That's right.
So yeah, so we really like the look of billet.
And size 9-inch rims, you know, 9-inch chrome rims, dude.
Yeah, the 12-inch chrome rims on your four-wheeler and whatnot. Yeah. So anyway, we love the Chupacabra stuff. We love the TMW stuff. They both turned out great. If you're interested in any of those, we'll leave a link to them in the description down below.
As far as like the comm systems, we went with UTV Comm. We've been working with them for a couple years now. We've been selling their stuff. I run it in my personal car. Garrett runs it in his personal car. Joe runs their intercom in his car, and he uses a handheld for the car to car. So we went with them on this one. We've been super happy with their products. I personally have no complaints at all. You can get an intercom, two-way radio, headsets, all that stuff. Their big claim to fame is they have stereo quality sound in their headsets. Four-way volume adjustability on all your headsets, that kind of stuff too. So they're good stuff. Hit us up if you're looking for anything like that. They're local to Idaho, and again, we're trying to always work with as local as we can. As far as seats go, we were kind of wishy-washy on actually getting any seats in this, but we did decide, well, we should just, you know, do the seats. We went with HSP on the seats because Garrett runs them, he loves them. We've had a lot of customers buy HSP from us, and they're a high quality seat. They do a really good job. Yeah, HSP is out of Arizona, and you know, again, trying to stay local. They provide high quality stuff. They do your logos, whatever you want on there. Just high quality stuff. This is one of their first Pro XP they've done. So they just barely got the brackets ready for the Pro XP, and overall it worked out really well for us. We're super happy with the seats. we have an install video coming on these, and so look forward to that.
All right, so the next thing we're going to talk about are the rock lights and also dome, basically interior lights. So those are made by Dune Gear. We decided to go with just one color, so they come on in a super bright white light. But what's cool about the dome light, it's actually not regulated to a switch. So I actually wired it into the ignition, and then you just come up here and hit it in the center, and it's just pure touch, and it kicks the light on and off, and it lights up the whole entire cab. So the other thing too is we decided to go ahead and put in the Viper shift gate. That's something we run in the KRX as well. So we work with Viper for quite some time now, and they took care of us with the shift gate for the Pro. So we put that in. It works extremely well. It's a nice finishing touch, and you can actually get them in different colors if you choose now at this time. So pretty cool setup with the Viper shift gate.
All right, next thing is the skid plate. So obviously the Pro XP, their stock skid plate is not exactly ideal. So we went with the Triple S skid plate. They're another Utah-based company. We will link to them down in the description below. You should be able to pick up one of those as well. But yeah, we wanted to go with a nice, thick, strong skid plate for when we're in the rocks. The stock one that comes on the Pro XP is not exactly ideal for doing anything in the rocks.
The other thing that we did on the Pro XP was the gear reduction. So the gear reduction we felt like was going to be really needed because we decided we wanted to run. Well, we started with 32-inch tires, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we went to 32-inch tires, but after we got done as far as like figuring out what we wanted to go with on the car, we decided that we would need to run 35s because we wanted an all-around car to do rock crawl and all that kind of stuff. But in order to get the 35s and feel like they would do well with this machine, that we needed to pair it up, and we felt like pairing it up with the gear reduction versus working with the clutches would be the better option. So we hit up Scott. If you guys are looking for a gear reduction, we have another video that you guys can check out on just that and him answering a lot of your questions.
So we got a few parts on here from Rocky Mountain ATV, also known, their house brand is Tusk. We have their adjustable flag mounts, whip mounts, whatever you want to call them. We really like these. I run them on mine, Garrett runs them on his, but they fit on this. They're fully adjustable, so you can swing whatever way you want. We like them. We have them for this. We have them for like the Polaris Ranger, Can-Am Defender, Maverick Sport with that profiled cage. We actually have some of those as well. So we do sell these on our website. We actually have the Tusk lighted whips as well. They're obviously not on right now because it's daytime, right? Who runs whips in the day? So we had them on in the Christmas parade and they worked out pretty good. They're nice and bright. They come with a remote. And on the back side here, we actually have the Evo exhaust that Garrett put on, I don't know, within the last week. This thing sounds really good without being really obnoxious. There's a lot of exhausts out there that are just way too loud. I really like the sound of this. And it's in preparation probably for some coming upgrades that we needed some exhaust on here. So we actually are selling this kind of stuff, Evo stuff, tunes. We can sell the tunes, get you programmed. You can send them to us and get that done. What else we got?
We also have the Evo charge tube under here.
Oh yeah,
so
we do. I forgot.
We did end up putting a different charge tube on. We just, wanted that additional airflow and whatnot that you get from the charge tube down there. So we ended up putting that on as well while we had her tore down. So yeah, definitely if you're looking for Evo stuff, if you want to get a tune, let us know, hit us up. The link will be down below in the description to the website. We'll be able to work out a deal there. So with that Evo kit, with the HCR kit, one thing that we had to do is partner with somebody who is a dealer in order to offer that kind of stuff to you. So something to understand about this industry, and with everything that's popping up right now, you have a new site or a new place every other day popping up. Everybody wants to be a dealer, but it takes a lot of work on the manufacturer's end and a lot of effort on their end to partner with dealers. So the less they partner, the easier it is for them. So for us to be able to sell these things to you, we've partnered with dealers like UTV Pros to be able to help you with that. So look at the link in the description below if you're interested in Evo, you're interested in HCR, and we can definitely help you out. Just like I said, look at that link in the description below. So guys, that is our Pro XP build. We're excited to bring to you. It's been a lot of fun on the trails already. We're excited to kind of push it to its limits. So far, we haven't really done anything performance-wise to it. Probably going to tune her real quick and see what it's like at around 200 horsepower.
Probably stay on some pump gas. We don't want to get crazy.
Yeah. Yep. So like I had mentioned in the video, and Garrett David mentioned it as well, if you're looking for any of the parts that are on the machine, obviously we sell most of them. Check out the links in the description down below, and we can definitely help you out. So all the products are down there.
If you're another company, reach out. We'd love to sell your product.
Yep.
Probably.
Yeah.
Once we check it out.
Once we run it a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. If you're looking for a vendor or somebody to partner with to sell your products, we'd be happy to check it out. If it sucks, we're going to tell people it sucks though, so keep that in mind. So guys, that's it for this one. There will be plenty more Pro XP content coming. Just remember, ride safe, pack out what you pack in, and we'll see you on the next one.
Peace.